I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Sure everybody's had a chance to go over the minutes. Move them. Got a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Mangano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you very much. We have nothing for government courts, community consumer affairs this month, so we'll move on.
Special meetings.
You are gonna have a special meeting?
Prior to that meeting.
Prior to lunch? Very good.
Possible. Yeah, I gotta talk to you about that.
On the resolutions, human services? Or no?
Public safety
Public safety.
has this one resolution, but we also have another resolution that'll come at the end, because they're printing it right now. So, I'll make a motion to move PS3.
Second?
I have a second by legislator Lockwood.
There you go. I've only been here for.
Hello, I know that.
Remember.
You know what, I've been through today. What?
This is your PS one. Or you don't know? Or no?
We don't have, that isn't the right one.
Oh.
It's being printed.
Okay.
So I have a first and a second on PS3. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you very much. Human Services,
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to move HS 1, 4, 5, and 6 as a block by consent for approval.
okay, I have a first on that, second by legislator Mangano. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you very much. EP3,
Sorry.
It's not cold.
No,
It's more about the pay.
I have a first by legislator Mangano, second by legislator Lockwood. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. HE1 and HE2.
Make a motion to move them both by consent block for.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Halls. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. IT1, resolution authorizing feasibility study, Sandy Island Beach State Park, alternate bridge location, county route, there's a typo on that. Can we fix that? Chanel? Route 15, ready, Brad? Yes.
Wow, it's ROT.
It's road, yeah.
See that? Yeah, it's route. County route, not road. Okay, thank you. Okay, I have a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Mangano. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you very much. Okay, let's see.
We hired an individual who's employed with another department, undertaking slight cut in pay because of difference in duties, recommending that they start at the top of the advertised range because of the prior service to the county, prior experience outside of the county, and the effective date would be 8/2 for to coincide with their start date in our office.
Okay. Ready first?
Motion.
First by legislator Mangano, second by legislator Halls. Any questions for Rich on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd ask you to take up resolution PS, one. The replacement has come around, only the resolution changed.
Okay.
And I'll move it for approval.
Resolution, creating position, appointing coroner physician in and for the county of Oswego pursuant to New York State County Law 400. I have a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Halls. Go ahead.
So what the district attorney, who also serves as the coroner, has asked, and we need to under county law appoint a coroner's physician. In the long run, this seems like it's most likely going to save us some money. Our medical examiner, who we utilize out of Onondaga County, is really burdened with clients, I guess you call them, and it's about $2,500 every time we send one there. And this individual will take care of, Dr. Sullivan will take care of the ones that are kind of the unquestionable deaths, I guess.
Yeah, the ones that aren't suspicious at all, where for one reason or another there may be an issue getting a doctor to sign, either the person hasn't seen the doctor in a while, or maybe even in those instances where they have never seen a doctor.
In the benefit of appointing a coroner's physician, you can appoint more than one if you so choose, but appointing a coroner's physician allows the coroner's physician to act as coroner in the absence or inability of coroner to act. So if the DA is out of state, something like that, the coroner's physician can act as coroner.
And we're fortunate to have Dr. Sullivan out of the last guy to step up to us.
Very good. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you. Okay.
Jay.
Set the salary for 911.
Yes.
Consider agenda.
Yeah, that's, that was on after this. Because we had to go back. Need to establish salary for E911 dispatch coordinator. I believe you all have a memo on this. Did you all get the memo?
I'll move it. We have a savings of what, 24,000?
Just about that. 29. 28,000. I have a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Holtz. Does anybody have any questions on this? Kevin's here to answer any questions if anybody has any. Okay. No questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Let's go with that.
I was just gonna say, prove it for Kevin.
Thank you.
There was a lot of telecommunications.
Very good, moving on. All right. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. So making your review, E911 has a telecommunications position that went to part-time, so the full-time is a vacant opening that was.
Move it. We have a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Lockwood. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
So on the agenda that was sent, to go back to that first one, it was recommended though after, vacancy review, after 8/23, because of the vacancy date on that, so.
Okay.
Okay. And next, the DA has 2 assistant DAs that are becoming vacant beginning part of September due to resignations, and we're recommending to fill them after 9.
I thought that was a recommendation just to put them out for advertisement.
We have
But not to
them,
fill.
we received your approval to put them out for advertising. This is to fill the vacancies.
But I thought vacancy said from the chairman, said to advertise.
We did, right, we did
But not to
advertise.
fill it this time.
That was to give approval to my knowledge of recruiting, just for our candidate pool. They were still on the vacancy review my knowledge.
Okay, and
I would have emailed something. I thought, I just saw him on here and I was like, I thought we just said we could advertise.
yeah, I was under the assumption it was going out for advertising until such that
We
time
could find the email.
of approval.
So, okay, so you're not agreeing with the recommended bill after 9/3?
Well, I didn't know they recommended it. I didn't think it ended up going all the way through. I thought it ended up having an advertisement date, so that's all I was.
Right.
Well, the advertisement typically states until positions filled.
Hmm.
We're not going on 9/3 anyway, so we'll end up having another meeting before that, right? Are you advertising for them?
Yeah, I know we've gotten some interest in, you know, I know there's at least one person we're trying to fit in our schedule to bring in.
But you can't hire until the.
No, I understand that.
So,
They're not gonna be vacant until 9/3 anyways. So
That's why they have,
after
okay,
that.
yeah. I'm trying to remember this, I'm sorry, they came in an email, I got it all confused in my head, so.
I just didn't even realize there was a difference between approval to advertise and approval to fill.
Alright.
I don't do a lot of the budget stuff. So, you know,
Well, it's not gonna make a difference if we hold out till next finance, because next finance is before the 3rd, right?
I have no idea. What,
I don't know if
Maybe
that's
run.
I don't think so. Meetings on the.
Yeah.
like, if today's the 5th, if you're doing them once a month, it would be after the 3rd.
You know,
Yes.
it'll be the Thursday before the next meeting,
There's another night.
so it'll be the 2nd, right? Yeah, 2nd.
Good to review this a little bit more. I make a motion to table it till next month. Okay, I have a first and a second table till next month. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Okay,
Yeah, I'll turn.
Julie.
Okay, highway.
I just don't understand what just happened, so I'm asking her to tell me about it.
Oh, that makes me.
You just won't be invited back by him, just, your department.
You really messed
You
it up.
want to tell me how that breaks my heart, Kevin? You really
Well, I didn't need that memo going though. Highway is at NEO, due to retirement. That they're looking to,
Do it. Got a first by legislator Hall, second by legislator Wilbur. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you.
Sheriff has 2 correction officer backfills due to promotional, to certain positions that we're looking to,
First by legislator Manganiello, second by legislator Lockwood. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you.
social services as an income clerk position due to promotion. Support examiner position due to promotion. These are backfills. Community service worker backfill due to promotion. Another community service worker due to retirement. Typist backfill due to promotion. Social services investigator went to another position. The director of fiscal management resignation went to another appointment. Senior caseworker due to retirement. Caseworker due to retirement. Another senior caseworker due to resignation. And 3 felony caseworkers due to resignations. And then a paralegal went to another department.
Okay. Any more for discussion? First by legislator Hall, second by legislator Lockwood. Yeah, there's but Go ahead first.
How many paralegals do you have out there? Didn't we increase those?
We have three,
in
two now, and one day.
this 1 year?
My question would be, we approved a whole bunch of positions 2 months ago. Where are we sitting with those?
We've been filling them right along. We have a number of vacancies remaining in community service worker lines because there's no list available yet, so we're trying to recruit from the street. Caseworker positions, we have 10 more due to come in probably in September, but we're losing a few more as we go. So it's just a constant kind of broil there. We're not getting as many people signing up for exams as we have in the past. I think the last time Julie was 13 took it and 10 passed.
Yeah.
And we had like 15 vacancies at the time. So it's, once we can get caught up with lists, with most of the positions, we'll be okay.
I was just curious how we were making out on that, because I knew we had approved a whole bunch and just questioning where we're sitting with those.
Yeah.
Basically the impact of what's going on today, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So we have 11 of the 14 that you're asking to waive the 30 days on. You can't even wait 30 days for that. All these.
Yeah.
So even your paralegal, you have 2 more, you can't.
The paralegals are flat out and doing additional hours with 3. So we really need to replace that one as soon as we possibly can.
You know, I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just our job to
Okay,
watch the dollars and cents, and every 30 days is more money that we can save.
I understand.
Okay, any other questions here? Great. Okay, all in favor?
Right?
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
Lastly, solid waste has heavy equipment operator due to retirement in the backfills for mediums and lights due to that retirement, and then an assistant loader operator due to resignation.
Move for discussion.
First by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Lockwood. Questions? Carried.
So, Mark, on these 2 that you're asking for the waiver on, are they the only ones that do those jobs, or what?
So the heavy is vacant, when we bid it, a medium probably moves to a heavy, a light moves to a medium. So you really only have one position, but you have to post them, and if they bid up, I don't know who.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that heavy operator, is that the only heavy operator that does that job or whatever?
No, our heavies do multiple jobs. So every day you have 2 drivers driving leachate, 2 drivers hauling garbage, 1 driver hauling recyclables to Utica. You have 2 on the landfill. You have them, sometimes they have to fill in a vacation, sickness, whatever.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you.
Next in the annual, 2021 savings to date, which is as of July 9th. In the report is $1,730,792, 791 year-to-date savings. So it's a couple $100,000 more than this time last year.
Should have gave that to me first, and then I would have known where we were at.
We'll switch the agenda around. Thanks, Julie. Does that say already?
That was already taken.
That's already taken
I'm
care of?
gonna talk with Chanel to
Get a little more,
have me do
okay.
them.
Bill?
Yes, sir. I passed around the variance report on expenses. You'll see it varies by department, but the bottom line is good news. On the last page, you'll see that we have expended about 3.4 million less so far this year to date, than we did last year at this point. Can't promise that holds throughout the year because we have been approving some spending the last couple of months of capital projects and things of that nature, but that's good shape. It's down 5.8, almost 6%. So feel free to take a look through those. If you have any questions, you can get a call. I'll track down the reasons for any differences you have. Also, the budget packets for budget development have gone out to the departments. They're due back to me, well, they're due to finish their budget request in Eunice by September 1st, which at that point it rolls to administration to start going through it. We'll be setting up meetings one-on-one with the department heads to have the first roll through of the budgets. Today I had a department head meeting that focused on not only the budget, but where any federal monies may fit. Pointed the departments towards a couple of websites that we all know that there's that 22 million that we received. There's a whole batch of other money out there too that is slowly being published by the federal government. There's a site set up by the National Association of Counties. I've worked with departments to look at that because they've done a great job of segregating out what types of services are now available for federal funding through that. So departments can look at those, try to meld it into their budget, or do it as an off-budget project and go after the grant on that. So it's going to be a little different budget year this year, putting this together because of the availability of federal monies. And what we got to be careful of in using the federal monies in our budget is we got to be mindful that it's a one-shot revenue, so we don't want to use it all in our budget and create a hole for us the following year and have to make up later. So it'll be a bit of a balancing act, tapering over the next few years. If we use any of that federal money, taper it so that it's not a huge hit when it's gone.
Can we set up some type of capital, I don't want to say project or reserve, capital reserve for those type of things that we know are going to be depleted?
We can, the rules and regs do not allow us to put that federal money into a reserve. There are other ways that I'm looking at to phrases defederalize some of that money so that we have more flexibility with it. We could do that. The other thing I'm hoping to finalize is recommendations for you on bolstering some of our reserves here, which I think the treasurer's going to, his next report shows it at 4.6, so they need to be a bit higher for the future.
And is there,
right now the federal money is in its own separate account
right,
and labeled as a grant, so it will roll
right,
through our budget.
so, but you said that there's other grants and funding out there that you're having the department heads look at.
Right.
Who is tracking or following who, what, where, when is applying for the grants, and if we get them, who's going to track where we get them, where they're from?
That's one of the things I'm discussing with the chairman right now is how that structure is going to be set up. Right now, they'd be tracked within our budget, but and by the individual departments. But if there's projects that are multi-department, we are working with other communities that are also getting our funds, that needs its own structure set up to track.
Yeah, but I'm just, it's a bookkeeping nightmare if we start getting grants in for this, that, and the other. They don't know where it's coming from, who it's for,
Right.
who applied.
Right. And I'm
Just trying to, checking
I
it
would
out.
prefer to have. I think we got to look at assigning staff to do just this.
Yeah.
Okay. Good?
Yeah, unless you have other questions.
Anybody have any questions? Very good. Treasurer?
So you have the,
Thank you. Next.
Just I mean, I gotta say, I'm gonna try to put these, incorporate these into, so you received these earlier, because if we receive checks the day after the meeting, this information's been out there for a month. So it's easier to just put it in your packet, and I don't have to keep handing them out. I mean, if it was, where we're borderline having problems, as you can see from the calendar year, we're about 5 million now for sales tax. It's like that across the state, so, you know, it's just it's easier that way, probably put it in your packet. As Cutting Administrator mentioned, you know, your capital reserves are, need to be replenished. And how do you do that, that's up to you. One thing I want to mention, back to what I discussed, is there any question about sales tax or anything? Because the interesting thing, again, some counties are really getting a windfall. We're still seeing a pretty big windfall. And this is every week, every year, whatever, this is the best year ever. So last year was the best year before last, year and the year before. So it's just gonna continue to go. Okay, so back to the community college, just to talk to you, really briefly mention about that. The final number came in for the adjustment was $392,020, which the good news is, last year we gave back, as you remember, the budget, the fund balance, we gave back 30%, which was $560,000. And so we have money in our budget this year to cover that, along with making sure that we get it back from the right areas. The thing I want to mention is the college enrollment is a problem. I think the colleges, they're starting to reach for 7th graders, 8th graders. Then we're even seeing it this year, we're halfway done the year and enrollment's way down. Which goes back to trying to find people with degrees. So this is a huge churning problem that it's just going to keep going until hopefully somebody figures out an answer. You don't want to, 7th graders, 8th graders are actually going to be completing on the high school with college degrees. And there's some already happening in our area. Now, the other aspect, if you listen to CNBC at lunch like I do because I'm bored, today they announced that a lot of because of the work shortage, a lot of companies are paying now more, and they're not requiring college education. So there's a big problem going to happen, and we're going to see it here. Trying to hire people at $15 an hour, which is something that you're going to have to do.
Isn't it strange, Kevin, that when the unemployment number used to be up, you used to see a higher number of college people entering into college. And with this whole deal, I think it's all that free money they're giving out isn't there.
Yeah, I don't know how we debate what it's from. It's just something that's happened even prior to the pandemic. We've seen a decrease. That's what stimulated the community colleges or even the colleges to go with some program for the middle schools. It's just something that's out there.
Kevin, has the Treasurers Association talked about lobbying for a change in state legislation to limit these community colleges to reaching down only to 11th grade or something like that? Or is that something that, because I've talked to NISAC about it, it's on their radar. I don't know if there's going to be a resolution or not, but the Treasurer's Office or Treasurers Association is.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the radar, but it's the same thing. It's on the radar, but it goes only so far and then it stops. SUNY's making their own rules now with this retro. You're seeing so many crazy things out there that the states sometimes aren't making the decisions. It's going at a different level. When you go complain to the state, that's what they say. You still got to pay. And I appreciate the support that you've done from your aspect with NISAC and everything, because it is getting heard, but until, the treasurers feel the same way. But what do you do,
Start getting some flags and go down there to Albany and start, yelling on their streets. You're there, just tell Julie to go fix it. So.
You have to encourage education.
And I'm not arguing that point, but we've had
encourage
this discussion repeatedly that we're paying for college course credits in high school when teachers are being paid to do this job already.
Every health class gives students in Oswego County 3 credit hours of college level credit. Every health class. And they do have some ceramics and different classes like that, and also bumps up 3 credit hours. So,
What,
the system isn't very good. I don't want, it's too, we can go in the weeds forever.
but the system still is set up that even if they fail that course, that we pay those credit
There's no-
hours,
right.
there's no way we get any of that money back either, so.
Yeah,
We
we're
could have
gonna get money
somebody
from
go up
the
there and
veterans.
screw off and we're end up paying for it.
Right. So I'm gonna put it to bed, so don't worry about it, this is all done. And we'll try to not make the state upset again. And with the retro's about 75,000 right now. It's probably not gonna be much more than that, so we gotta figure out, what we're gonna do next.
Do we have to move any money to pay that 390,000? You got it.
Because our projections for this year are just
Right.
somewhere to,
So we're done for today.
no, you're pretty much done.
For today.
Yeah,
This problem isn't going away. This is gonna be a recurrent problem over and over and over.
right.
So Julie, fix it.
My fear is that if we were,
Monday.
if Julie fixes it and the colleges can no longer lost by increasing tuition, which I don't have normal students, which is just gonna, we have to pay it there.
Right. Yeah. So,
They got us coming.
You give me that.
yes.
On a different topic, Kevin, you know, the legislature approved that restaurant recovery program, was very well received. Key part of that, making that work is your team, and I just wonder if you could tell us how that's going down.
Oh, it's crazy. I need about 3 more people to operate.
Okay, aside from that.
I told you that's what he was gonna say.
No, I was actually gonna bring that up. Actually, it was, in the beginning, and I told people in the beginning, it was just incredible how easy it was. Now it's just going through, and rectifying, making sure all the, reconciliation is occurring, along with the validation process of the numbers. There were some issues going on that we weren't aware of initially, that with validation that I'm not gonna say, so that it doesn't get out to the public. But it's something that we're doing, and it's not a problem. It is labor intensive, because you have to put it on, kind of do an Excel spreadsheet, and it's kind of by number.
Right.
Something that can be worked on in the future for any other program. I think it was a great success.
Working okay though?
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Nobody's complaining. So, we've had, but we have to chase people down for the W-9s and all that. I mean, there's some things that,
That gives you a reason to go to eat at a different restaurant every day.
no, you're not kidding. I think it was a very, very good success. That's all I have. And your team too did. It's good to work. So, have to throw that in.
The big lift was you guys, so I know
Bless you.
there's been talk about similar programs maybe going forward, and if it didn't work for you guys, it didn't make sense to try to do something else, so.
I hope it expands, actually.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. We good? Got a motion to adjourn? Second by legislator Mangano. All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.